Before the success stories, the progress, there was you. You who made a choice to grow, to inspire, to overcome your own challenges. At NASM, we're in service of your limitless potential because when you keep growing, we all get stronger, and we'll never stop making your journey our mission. Join the fitness leader. Become a fitness leader. Become a certified personal trainer.
You're listening to the NASM-CPT Podcast with Richey, winner of the Share Care Emmy Award for Social Storytelling and the official podcast of the National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Hey, y'all, and welcome to the NASM-CPT Podcast. My name is Richey, and today we're going to be talking about working with clients that don't necessarily want to be there working with you. This goes from the mailbag from Jenny, I believe, who said, "Hi, Dr. Rick, here's another question for you." Not her first question. Thanks, Jenny. What's a trainer's responsibility, role, strategy for encouraging a client who just doesn't enjoy working out? Here's my current situation with a client I adore, and we get along great. She's new to working out with me, and she comes twice a week. She showed up the other morning, and I could tell she's just not her perky, joyful self. And I said, "What's going on?" And she said, "I don't want to work out. If I didn't schedule with you, I'd be in bed sleeping." She also said, "I just don't love working out." All right. So I'm going to answer this briefly in a way that is helpful for this particular client. And then I'm going to answer it in a way that is probably helpful for a lot of clients, which is there are some clients that we just don't like training. Some clients that are actually taxing on us. And I just had a conversation like this at a friend's birthday party this weekend. And my trainer friend Shane told me she had to let go of a client that seemed very much like this, except it got too far, right? And so the person only did one 30-minute session per month. That's it. After 6 months, at 3 total hours, after 3 hours, after 6 months, 30 minutes a month, the trainer's schedule had changed. That's a quotation sign for those of you who couldn't tell. My schedule changed, and she could not train this person anymore. And she was very happy to set this lady up with another trainer who, after 2 sessions, his schedule had changed too. All right. So first of all, how do you work with exhausting clients? How do you work with, and I know that this is kind of answering your question and also not answering your question. So forgive me as I answer your question and also answer the question I want to answer. So how do we do this? Where do we start from with a client that doesn't want to work out, that hates working out? And it's somebody that you love and you appreciate. So I think the first thing that you can do is you kind of work as much as you can from empathy and understanding and meet them where they are, because sometimes even the most patient person can be exhausting. Sometimes even a client that you love and adore, they just get to the point where they're like, I don't like this. And your job isn't necessarily to entertain them or make sure that they like it. Yes, I think that that's part of our job, that we need to make it as palatable as possible. We need to still keep goals in mind, and we still need to value our skill set and what we provide, while getting somebody else to look at it and say, all right, I see and I appreciate what you do, so let me step up my game a little bit. But we need to be empathetic in the process. I did something last night that I don't do, but I kind of only do it once or twice a week, is floss my teeth. I know. For some of you, that's gross. And for some of you, you're like, once or twice a week, winner, chicken dinner. Which gets stuck in my teeth, and I definitely floss after that. But think about this. I don't like flossing. I do it because I'm supposed to, and it's good for me, and it's good for my oral health, and it's actually found to be good for your actual overall health. And I still don't do it as often as I should. And it takes only a few minutes to floss. Imagine somebody like, hey, why don't you come and meet me? And for an hour, I'm going to watch you floss. That's personal training for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like personal training, and here they are paying somebody to make them do something that they hate doing. I can floss on my own. Yeah, but will you? Maybe you need a floss trainer. Well, personal training is like that for a lot of people. And so we need to be empathetic and understand that, listen, just because you love doing what you're doing, maybe there's a part of physical fitness that you don't like. So let's say maybe you love lifting weights and you hate cardio. And yet, if somebody was like, hey, you got to do cardio, you got to do cardio, we're doing cardio, and that's all they did. And you're like, man, I don't like this part. I don't like it. Or maybe you like lifting heavy weights, and now all of a sudden you're doing the stabilization endurance training where you're doing high repetitions and you're doing things maybe standing on one leg or you're sitting on a ball. And this is like the worst type of training for you. Now, we can adjust that training for our clients and be like, well, you don't have to do it exactly this way. But if all we did was something you hated, then you gather an appreciation for somebody who's training with you when you realize that everything they do with you, they hate, not because you're not doing your job. It's just physical fitness isn't things that they like. And you have to have an appreciation that not everybody has that, because it's the same as me flossing my teeth for an hour, or somebody trying to make you do, sprint training when you like to go for long runs, or somebody making you do any cardio when you like to not do any cardio. Like there's an appreciation for your client when you try to put yourself in their shoes, and what makes that easier, what makes that better, what makes that more palatable. And I think the first thing that makes it more palatable is being empathetic. Being empathetic, because there's all sorts of fitness that you could do that you probably don't do because you do not like it. And that's something to be very aware of. Oh, I like doing this type, which is like that anti-high intensity work. And yet somebody's making you do the high intensity work, or vice versa. You love the high intensity work and now you're doing like isolated exercises. Just put yourself in the position where you try to understand them. But even with that said, like there's sometimes where you just have exhausting clients. When the client said to her, she was like, I just don't love working out. I've responded that I am not a huge fan of complaining or talking during sessions. And sometimes I just have to, for me, if I'm exhausted with a client, if you're looking to talk or you're looking to complain, then maybe you would be happier if I found another trainer who can deal more with the behavior change than with the workout, because I'm very focused on the workouts and the programming. But if you need somebody that can kind of help you work through how you feel about exercise, then I can connect you with one of the NASM certified wellness coaches that can help you through that. But as a personal trainer, listening to the complaints make it very hard for me to do my job, because you want me to make you like this, and I cannot do that. So I can connect you with somebody that can focus a little bit more on behavior change and wellness coaching and things that you can do. And it doesn't mean that I'm giving up. Like I'll modify and make things easier. And what do you like to do? And how can I help you? And you give me some extra feedback about how I can make things better. But if it's not working, maybe it's not working. I will say this, my business partner, whom I'm a bit jealous of simply because he would say something like, it's not going to work out. Like he is a hardcore, high intensity workout trainer. And he'd be like, I'm sorry, it's not working out. I only want to work with people who are willing to put work in, and I want to push, and I want people that wants to make or better themselves. And if you cannot come in and work without complaining, then this isn't going to work out. So shout out to my business partner, Mark Miller, who is in no way trying to placate people. It doesn't mean that he doesn't work with people who aren't capable of working at high intensities. But if you come in and it's pouty and complaining, then he has no problem with being like, I'm just not your guy. I'm not the one for you. I'd also say that before the next session to set up a call or simply a text, because I understand that y'all don't know how to talk on the phone sometimes. This generation, I'm not saying you, Jenny, I'm saying people. So, and say something like last week or the last few sessions, you've been a little bit negative about working out during our training session. Is there anything that I can do to make this a little less torturous for you? What can I do to help you? Because you want some feedback. And I'm telling you, like, this is a relationship. This is a relationship. And can you imagine being that open within a relationship that you're the one asking? I can see that you've been a little bit short lately, that you've not been happy. Is there something that I can do? Right? And sometimes you get to the point where it's like, you don't want to do the physical stuff, but also there's an emotional component that you aren't enjoying, and you're putting it all on me to make you want it to be better. And you see how there's a mismatch in that relationship. So just like a romantic relationship with a partner in life, or dating, like, you can't put all that responsibility on one person. And I understand they're saying, well, this is a different type of relationship and I'm paying somebody, so they have to put up with my stuff. No, they don't. They don't. And we don't have to put up with people's bad attitudes. We don't have to. We can try to. We can want that for them. We want the best for our clients. And I love training my clients. But if I have clients that come in day after day and it's just not for them, then it's not for them. And I'm not the one that needs to carry that load. I think also you need to let them know that this is what you do for a living, and you don't necessarily expect people to love it, but it's hard to not take it personally sometimes, because when you complain about it, sometimes it makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. And I'm trying to work with you and not take offense to it. And you're trying to work with me and not hate every moment. So I think we just need to have a conversation as to where we are right now and how we can proceed. And if you think we can proceed and you want to give it a try, and it's like relationships, then let me know if this is something that you can do. And it is something that I will put some more effort in to try to make it better for you. I'll try to find things that you like more. I'll give you more rest in between sets. We'll still work. We'll still get work in, but we'll try to find things that, the things that you hate the least, I guess, because we've been doing things that you hate most, and try to support you in the best way that I can. But I can't keep doing something where I feel like I'm being a bit attacked because you're not happy. So, and I know that's certainly not your intention, but I do want to share that with you because this is what I do for a living. And if you're dealing with your stuff and then making it seem like it's a my stuff issue, then I will take some time to sit on that, think about it, talk to you about it, and see if this is something that we can continue to do or if we need to go our own ways. And if all else fails and you do not want to address the issues head on, and you can just let them know that your schedule changed. Just let them know, like, hey, I know my schedule changed and I won't be able to work with you. That time's taken. What about this time taken? It's busy. I always see you working out at that time. Oh, well, it's my time to work out. But don't you listen, my schedule's changed. I think it's better if you can handle something, have a conversation, and just let somebody know there are other trainers that may work better for you, which is, again, what one of my friends did that I was talking to over the weekend. But you don't have to take the responsibility. You can put it onto the schedule and make that claim. And certainly I don't think you should be blaming the client, but should let them know that it is not within you. You do not have the capacity to continue to try to get somebody to not be negative. I'm trying to create positivity in this environment, And I'm telling you, my friend who only trained this person 30 minutes a month, days before they would train this person, they would just think about how awful that 30 minutes is going to be. And that's terrible because that 30 minutes isn't here and it's already ruined your week. It's just not, it's not where we need to be. And I know that you're really probably looking for ways like, how can I get the best out of them? And I think that there's that can be done through empathy and understanding, and let me know what I can do different and how we can work together to put work out together that you enjoy, to find things that you like. But sometimes it's time to break up, and breaking up can be hard to do. But as you probably know throughout life, sometimes it's the right thing to do. All right. Thanks for listening. I hope that you found it helpful. Like, subscribe, share with your fitness friends and family. And if you want to reach out to me, you can do so. Hit me up like Jenny did and like Latasha did earlier in the week. I can reach into the mailbag and I can answer your questions on the show. You can do so through Instagram. DM me at dr.rickrichey or email me rick.richey@nasm.org. Y'all keep inspiring people to fitness. Thanks for listening. This has been the NASM CPT Podcast.